So this workshop is going to be on mapping your negative cycle in your relationship. I cannot stress how important it is for couples to be able to understand and map out and address and reverse and heal their negative communication cycle and turn this into positive communication cycles. When I am working with a couple, the very first thing I'm doing is teaching them how to recognize and stop and interrupt their negative cycle and ultimately prevent it and heal it. But before we can do that, we have to understand what it is and how to recognize it and get out of it. So what is a negative cycle? Well, I'm going to be talking a lot more about that tonight when we have the workshop. Again, tonight is meant to help you recognize it and map it out. It's an hour long. Basically, a negative cycle is this. It's a pattern of communication that couples get stuck in when they're trying to either reach each other for closeness and connection or work through a problem, any kind of problem they have in life. It could be about money or parenting or in-laws or sex or all these things that most couples will have one or two areas where they're arguing, they don't quite see eye to eye, they're not super compatible in those areas, and that's where couples are vulnerable to getting stuck in these negative cycles, which are patterns whereby one partner is going to bring it up. If you look through the lens of attachment theory, typically the more anxious partner is going to be the one that brings up a problem. And sometimes they have a tendency to bring it up with kind of a blaming or heated approach because, for good reason. There's been history in the relationship. They're talking about something that has a lot of unresolved feelings around it because these negative cycles have blocked any kind of resolution. So they come in hot, and then what happens is the other partner feels attacked or blamed or misunderstood or treated unfairly. And sometimes that's all them. Sometimes the first partner could deliver this information in the most perfect way possible, but still they pick it up as an attack. And so then they go into a defensive place or sometimes a counter-blaming place. And then, of course, when that happens, the first partner who brought up the concern now feels unresponded to and invalidated. And what do? Well, they get hotter and even more escalated, and they come in and with more blame, and then the other partner now feels more attacked and worse, and they might now either get angry or get more defensive or sometimes just even completely shut it down. At some point, it does get shut down. It's typically the avoidant partner who's going to shut it down and refuse to talk about it. And then what's going to happen? Well, they're going to go away from each other, mad at each other in a state of disconnection, and then they're going to miss each other and eventually make their way back, and the issue is going to go under the rug, and they're going to say, well, we're never going to do this again. And of course they will, because if an issue is unresolved or there is a sense of disconnection in the relationship, it will resurface, and until couples learn how to deal with these issues outside of negative cycles, they will keep struggling with the same problems over and over again. So what's the answer? Well, the answer is to understand what's really going on underneath the surface of these real problems. Again, on the surface, we have the issue of money, or we want to feel more emotionally connected, or whatever it is. But underneath that, in these negative cycles, the real issue is emotional safety and connection and security in the relationship. Couples are really asking each other in these negative cycles the question, do my needs matter to you? Are you going to be there for me when I need you? Can I rely on you for safety and emotional support and validation? Do you understand me? Do you view me as a good, worthy, deserving partner? When the answers to those questions are no, because of the way that they're communicating to each other, not necessarily because that's the truth, then nobody is going to be able to resolve any problems with each other. So what we have to do is we have to go below the surface and really figure out what's going on in the communication that is keeping partners in a state of disconnection and lack of emotional safety, that is blocking their ability to resolve their problems together and feel close. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight at, again, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. I'm sorry, I keep getting this messed up. 8 p.m. Let's just say this: 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific, and I'll let you fill in the blanks there. And so we're going to be mapping out the negative cycle. So if you are in a relationship and you recognize, hey, this is happening, right? I can see that we have this negative cycle. I'm going to be explaining it and then helping you map it out. You can come with your partner. You can come by yourself. You do just go ahead and go to my bio link in my profile where you can figure out how to get registered for that, or you can just go to my website, which is thesecurerelationship.com. And I really hope to see you all there. Again, in my practice with the couples I work with, this is the starting point, which is dealing with this negative cycle, facing it, recognizing it, and understanding how it's playing out between partners. So hope to see you all there. Take care, everyone. And again, tonight, 6 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Eastern. Terrible with time zones. See you there. Bye-bye.